but he does have to pay for it heavily.
And the critical part is that T1, they don't overextend the play because Cuzz and Peter were on the way there, and now they're looking at Guma.
KT getting aggressive, just knocking down Gumayusi, taking first blood as Peter flawlessly turns into the Canyon minion to eat countless tower shots.
We need multiple items to really have that extra pressure, and the team is built around a SIVIR Lulu comp here. While there's possibilities elsewhere.
Nice sidestep from BDD, just barely able to get away. Vault Breaker coming in for Cuzz, opts not to flash. The turn back from Oner is solid. Faker now on the way in himself, trying to use the golden clips to keep things going. The Ezreal ulti across the top. BDD grabbing one. Faker will turn it back, but he's under the tower, and it's Cuzz to take him down.
And he needs to be very careful about how he picks his fights because, again, T1, there's only 2 big carries, but this early on, the damage is still there as BDD.
BDD potentially caught out, layering into CC a little bit off. BDD unstoppable for a brief moment, ready to use the ulti, but Faker has stolen one away. The golden clips, but the follow-up is there from Peter. Makes it a 1-for-1. Vault Breaker coming in. Faker just CC'd for an eternity. The Kingslayer healing not available in time as Cuzz is on a killing spree.
This was the point where T1 turned the game. The lead this time is bigger for KT, but I think T1 don't want to let them get this dragon. Want to get soul point themselves.
Faker's ulti available. Needs to hijack the ulti of Peter. Chip really starting to hurt onto Doran. Catch over the wall onto Cuzz, the most fed member. They're immediately going to delete him, and the rest of KT try to pull the trigger, but they can't quite find the angle. BDD, deokdam, they've got the range advantage. Peter waiting to peel for them if necessary. PerfecT spots them in the darkness. The tremor sense showing him what he needs to see, but they've stopped moving or have moved out of range. He can't be certain now. The Q from Doran moving in. Peter still gets the ulti. It's a golden eclipse from BDD. A new dawn for KT in game 2, but T1 are unconcerned. Guma, Keria standing, the bot lane. Will it be enough? BDD trying to buy her back, but it's Gumayusi fearlessly advancing, ricocheting, tearing through the dreams of KT. This man is a team fighting demon. The dragon starting to fall. Turn back from Faker as he catches out deokdam. Cuzz there to try and peel, but it is too late. Oner moving in. A cataclysm across the top side. Perfectly canceled. BDD flashing over the wall. Gumayusi still living. PerfecT on the chase. Peter wants to fire back. Cuzz running for the hills. 2 down on the side of T1, but Guma might be enough. PerfecT gets the bite. Tears right through him, and now it's Oner picked off as well. KT fighting for their lives. BDD still standing. Crucially, the extra damage. Doran set to fall. A double kill for the KT mid laner.
And BDD stands supreme on the MEL.
Him and BDD have been very critical. Now, though, Doran is looking at deokdam.
deokdam, unaware of the Scion, but knows that he has relative safety. Has to be careful about walking forward towards that brush. And Doran perfectly placed and baited deokdam. Far too confident.
T1 now looking to pounce deokdam in the river, but he is Ezreal.
deokdam, pass over the wall. Peter looking to make a play. Lockdown onto Faker, looking to turn it back. Root is connected as well. Faker's been caught. Buys a brief moment with the Seekers. The rest of T1 retreating. PerfecT buying a bit more space, and the tunnel over the wall. It's a heist. He buys the time to take Faker down. Doran with a decimating smash. Peter on the chase. They'll only connect onto one, but it's enough to start the fight in their favor. Gumayusi untouched, but he's now also not able to do any damage. Cuzz keeping it going. KT pushing into the jungle of T1, zoning them away from the Baron as they set their sights on that Red Bull Baron power play.
They win the critical fight. They find Faker. They get the advantage, and PerfecT is able to escape. Wait a second.
BDD flash. Doran forced to flash back over the wall. Sidestep on the decimating smash. Peter there to cover. Guma can't push for anything else. Doran getting chunked out. That's the ulti to seal it. BDD going godlike. Guma alone in the mid lane. Objective slowly falling. Oner zoned off. PerfecT there with the knockup. Needs to lock it down. Oner's not going to have a chance. KT, it takes some time, but they take down the Baron. Now, of course, has access to the cease and desist. Now wants to make the play onto PerfecT. PerfecT able to get the blast cone out. That mega blast cone keeping him healthy. KT standing strong, poking T1 as they walk into this choke point. BDD waiting for some of those major cooldowns to be used before he takes a step forward. Mega Blast Cone getting 2 members of T1 over the wall. KT retreating back down to the bottom lane as Cuzz starts the objective. Flag there, spots the objective play. Faker on the flank. PerfecT not going to give him the angle. KT starting to retreat. Starting to get forced backwards. Doran to kick things off. Peter to look for the interrupt. Faker using an ulti of his own to be stolen away. BDD taking another fight. But down goes Guma. Cuzz making it work, but PD's owned away by Keria. And all of KT now now collapsing on the T1 support. At the end of the day, it is only Oner, and he cannot stop the soul.
KT get the soul, and they want the Nexus too!
PerfecT continues to push down. They've learned, they've adapted, they've stayed strong in the face of the game one loss. KT firing back against T1, but do they have the power to end the game? Another TP, deokdam on the way. Doran giving everything to clear the waves. Oner and Keria here. Surely the Ezreal is enough, but the creeps are falling back. Doran remains standing. T1 are not out of it yet. deokdam needs more, and he cannot get it.
Guma's up in 10 seconds. The reinforcements from T1 will arrive.
And T1 will cling on to this game.
Their favor, the map is in their favor. They don't need to risk anything, and still they'll take their time walking into the jungle. This time around, Doran won't be able to find the blind decimating smash, but the ulti to kick things off, he connects onto the wall. PerfecT waiting on the back line. deokdam untouched, Bdd untouched. Doran straying way too far forward in a moment of miscommunication. Down goes the top laner of T1. KT start the Baron. Bdd not showing on vision yet. The last inhib tower falling down. Inhibitors following after. T1, a last desperate hold here in game 2. If they can turn it back, it takes them to match point, but KT set to even up the series in the 2025 World Finals. Doran isolating Cuzz. Peter going forward, finds 3 with the knockup. PerfecT there to follow, but Faker turns it right back and knocks down Peter. deokdam, Bdd still standing. Bakuma! He's shredding through everybody! The Sivir finally allowed to take over the fight! But they managed to take him. Faker still alive in the scrappy fight. The extra healing is making all the difference. deokdam doesn't quite have the damage that he needs. KT holding on for dear life. deokdam able to find the kill. PerfecT, Cuzz, deokdam falls. A final hold for T1. It almost turns in their favor. But PerfecT is going to end the game. Guma dies, and so does T1. KT even up the series.
And I can't believe I'm saying this, but PerfecT, reliable as all hell in this game, doesn't go down.